I think we are on. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm Rabbi Paul Kipnis with Cantor Doug Kotler. We're thrilled you're here. Those of you who are here in person and those who are worshiping with us via the live stream. Let's sing a little bit.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's so good. We're here together. Hine Matov, how good it is, how sweet and pleasant it is that we're here together. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Hine Himatov. Yalalai, yalalalalai. Hine Matov, Hine Himatov. Yalalai, yalalalalai. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's so good to see you all. I'm Rabbi Paul Kipnis, one of the rabbis here at Congregation Orami. And with Cantor Doug Kotler, we welcome you here to Shabbat services. Big thank you to Diane Townsend, our bar and bat mitzvah teacher, who prepared this bat mitzvah student to get us to this exciting moment today. Thank you for being here in whichever way you are here. For those of you in person, we're thrilled you are here. For those of you on the live stream, we are thrilled you are here too. Both of these create community, and we feel the warmth of your presence, even at a distance. So a few things I want to remind everyone. First of all, please keep your masks on over your nose and mouth. We're required by synagogue policy that if they fall down, I'm going to look at you a little bit. Then I'm going to point to my nose if you don't get the message, and then I'm required to stop the service and ask people to put the masks back up. Hello to those of you who know I don't recognize half of you because of these masks, but you all look marvelous in them. I figured it out here now who you were, so thank you. For those who are on the live stream, we opened up the chat, and Hannah, our college fellow, is there greeting you. Drop into the chat who you are, where you're streaming in from, and maybe just a word of mazel tov to our bat mitzvah. For those of you who are here, if you need to use the restrooms, just walk out the sanctuary doors, like 3 steps, and take a left, and it's down that back hallway. Don't use the door in here, but just these glass doors right out there. For those of you streaming from home, I'm hoping you know where the bathroom is. If not, take a moment and find it. Those in here, we ask that there be no food in the sanctuary. For those online, that's the benefits of doing it online. Grab something to eat. If it's chocolate, send me some.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready to sing some more.
One more thing I want to tell everybody. There are prayer books. We're going to give 2 numbers for prayer books.
2 page numbers.
2 page numbers.
Yeah.
For those who are in the sanctuary, we have the blue prayer books. For those who are online, Hannah in a little bit will drop a link in so you can use our online prayer book. Most of the prayers are in that online prayer book. And for all of you, let's enjoy, celebrate, and thank you for staying in these 2 sections here. Let's sing.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Nations will not lift up swords anymore. No one will study war. Nations will not lift up swords anymore. No one will study war. Shalom.
I'll once more invite everybody to take out your cell phones and make sure they are off or silent. I find that the one that goes off during the service is the one that you are 100% sure right now is already off. You don't want to be that person. So if you'll just take that out and check it. Thank you all for being here, and thank you all for keeping masks on. I'm going to invite Mom and Dad to join me up here on the bima, and we'll see you there. By the way, yeah. So I want to come on out, leave your prayer book there. Stand right here and face me. Hannah. Why did I call you Hannah? Hannah's our college fellow. Alexa. I know I did that. Alexa, you are here. You have learned, you have studied, you have prepared. You were here about 4 years ago when your brother became a bar mitzvah. I think I told you then that was all practice for this real intense moment. Yours was the real one. No, yours was there. No, they're both incredible, so we're excited. And now you are ready to take your place in Shalshelet Kabbalah, the unbroken chain of transmission. You are ready to take your place among our Jewish people. In a moment, you'll take this talit and wrap it around your shoulders. This is a special talit. You can tell it has a couple of years on it. This was your Grandpa David's talit. This is, Grandpa David's talit is right there on Ben, and he received it at his bar mitzvah. This is Grandpa Neil's talit. That's a gift he wore at his bar mitzvah in 1950. So that makes it...
well, he's 1 year younger than me, so
53?
Well, so if he was 13 in 1950, add on 22 years, 72 years.
72 years of life. How many years of life?
84.
Halavai. To ad mea ve'esrim, to 120, you should live like Moses. Or ad mea ke'esrim, you should live to 100, but feel like you're 20. That would even be better. We celebrate that. This talit.
What a great gift.
It's a beautiful gift. You'll wrap it around your shoulders after you say the blessing. And you'll be wrapped in the love and support of all these people here. You're wrapped in the door for door, that sense of passing down of tradition, which is what we'll do when we pass Torah down in a few minutes. You're wrapped in God's loving arms. So turn and take the talit from the hands of your parents. And turn back and say the blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lichiratev batzitzi.
Amen. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, God of the universe, for making us holy through these mitzvot and commanding us to wrap ourselves in the fringes of the talit. At special moments like this, we want to hold on to it as this young girl grows up, taking the first steps on the path toward adulthood. As we, not getting older but getting better, recognize the wonderful work we've done to create and nurture this wonderful young woman, and for you to take your place in this holy moment. If you know it, let's sing together Shehechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. those of us here in the sanctuary, we will open up our prayer books to the very, very last page, page 388. Remember, it's a Hebrew book, goes from right to left. It's the very last page. It's a page of lyrics, and we'll turn to this page a couple of times this afternoon. For those of us that are worshiping through the blessing of technology, it is page 1 in the virtual prayer book. Shema B'ni, take these wings to fly with. Shin EBT, with these roots you will grow. This is my promise, this is my blessing. You are the promise, and you are the blessing. Shema B'ni, Shimi B'ti. God's children come into this shelter, a place of peace, a house of prayer, a center of learning, of justice, of giving, where everyone's loved and where everyone cares. Shema B'ni, Shimi B'ti. Mother calms the cry of her infant. A young boy reads, becomes a man. Vows are exchanged as two hearts become one. A daughter returns, reads Kaddish again. Shema B'ni, so you will fly on wings of eagles, and you will grow like a sturdy tree. This is my promise, this is my blessing. You are the promise, and you are the blessing. Shema B'ni,
Our service now continues. Our service continues with the Chatzi Kaddish in the prayer books here, page 26. The prayer book at home, page 2. If you're able, please rise.
Gadol v'yit kadash shemei Rabbah b'adiverah hirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'chayedecho b'Yisrael Bagala uvizman kariv ve'imeru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'omel maya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yiromam v'yitnaseh Torata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Tamiran be'ama Ve'imeru. Amen.
Please turn the page. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed.
Please be seated. We'll continue here in the sanctuary on page 35 in the prayer book. And again, we're looking at the black page numbers, page 35 at home, page 3 in the virtual prayer book. If you're lost, you feel afraid, and you don't know what to say, then listen to our God. Is there a question on your mind? Is the answer hard to find? Then listen to our God. Listen with all your heart and soul, and with all your might. Write them and learn them and teach them well, every morning and night. Close your eyes and listen. Quiet yourself, there's nothing to say. Stop all the chatter, gets in the way. Listen to our God. When the wind and the thunder finally disappear, there's still a voice you will hear if you listen to our God. You can hear it from the top of the highest hill, from the valley below. It can come from the edge of the universe. It can come from within your soul. Close your eyes and listen. And if you're able, here or at home, please rise and we'll sing the Shema together. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malachuto Le'olam. Listen, listen to our God. If you're lost, you feel afraid, and you don't know what to say. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Listen, listen to our God. Listen, listen to our God.
We turn now for the Ve'ahafta prayer on page 36 in the prayer book here, page 3 at home. Page 36 and page 3, chant along the Ve'ahafta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher anochi Mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'aderech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha Ukshartam leod ol yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai V'heitem kedoshim le'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihayot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Amen. We'll continue on page 40 here in the sanctuary. Virtual prayer book, page 4 with Micha Mocha. La 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 la
Healer
44, still on page 4 in the virtual prayer book with Veshamra.
Kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'kadoshim b'chol yom Yehallelu Selah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
We'll return in our prayer book to that very, very last page, page 388. And at home, it's page 6 in the virtual prayer book. In the garden there's a tree planted by someone who only imagined me. What love, what vision. I marvel at the gift. No fruit could be sweeter than this. I'm standing on the shoulders of the ones who came before me. As my people went from land to land, something passed from hand to hand, and it isn't just words and stories of the ancient laws, golden glories. It's the way we study, the book we study. It's the way we study, the way. I'm standing on the shoulders of the ones who came before me. Today my life is full of choice, because a young man raised his voice, because a young girl took a chance. I am freedom's inheritance. Years ago they crossed the sea, and they made a life that's come to me. I'm standing on the shoulders of the ones who came before me. So in the garden I'll plant a seed, the tree of life for you to read. The fruit will ripen in the sun. The words will sound when I am gone. These are the things I pass along. The fruit, the book, and the song. Of the ones who came before me.
Ben? And Deborah and Scott? And we invite up Grandpa Neil and Grandma Arlene. And help open the ark, Aunt Stacy and Aunt Elisa. Please rise. V'zot Torah, and this is the Torah. V'zot Hadakah, and this is, I know you're reading from the other one, but this is also a Torah. So you are correct. And V'zot HaTorah is the Torah, V'zot Hadakah. And the reason I'm using this one, even though you're reading from that one, is that's a fantastic one, but very heavy. And this is a good, lighter one, and my back isn't so great. But then we get to use both of them. This one survived the Shoah, the Holocaust, from Czechoslovakia. It went through fires and horrors that are unimaginable. All to be here today, Alexa, to come into your arms so that you, the newest generation, keeps alive not only the words of Torah, but the communities of Torah that were lost all those years ago. This Torah, lighter, is made heavier and more significant as it comes into your arms. This Torah reminds us that in this world where there's such brokenness, we have the ability, by shouldering our responsibility, to help bring goodness and kindness into it. As we gather here with two of your grandparents, we also remember your great-great-uncle Bob, who died back in February of 2017, and your great-uncle Sam, who died just this past year. We also say hello and welcome in the love and support of your Grandpa David and your Grandma Maxine, who are back in Westchester County, New York. You can wave to them. Everybody turn and wave to them over there. We miss you, we love you, and we're glad you're going to experience this with us. This Torah comes into the world, ready to come into your arms. It's going to remind us that in that brokenness, we bring wholeness. In a world that's all about me doing whatever I want, Torah comes and says we were put on this earth to bring holiness to it. In a world that tells us it's all about money, about getting rich, Torah comes to remind us that what we have is good, but what we've been given is to help enrich the lives of others too. And it reminds us that we have responsibility to lift up this world, to transform it into a place of emet, truth, and tzedek, justice, to fill it with ahava, with love, so it becomes a place of, it helps make the world a place of shalom, of peace. I know you have shoulders broad enough to understand this responsibility. You have a mind wise enough and insightful enough, and a heart so open and compassionate enough to take the words and ideas of Torah and bring it to goodness and truth. Zot HaTorah, this is the Torah. Zot HaDakah, this is the moment we pass it to you.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad Eloheinu Gadol, Adonenu Kadosh, Shema. Put your prayer books on the seat behind you and clap your hands. Hallelujah, hallelujah,
To help us undress the Torah, we call up Cousin Jake and Brother Ben.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. ישמחו השמיים, השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, ישמחו השמיים, את הגל הארץ, העיר
So when I became, you can take your mask off. Thank you. That's your job now. Okay. What you're going to see is something amazing. Something that when Cantor Doug became a bar mitzvah, when I became a bar mitzvah, we didn't do. Whenever we chanted Torah, before and as kids, we had a gabbai, our teacher, standing next to us. Today we don't have that. Diane Townsend is an incredible teacher and has prepared Alexa so well for this holy moment. But we're trying to minimize the number of people on the bima. And so not only has Alexa learned how to chant Torah and chant it without the vowels and the musical notes, but she's learned how to find her own place in Torah and to lift up these words on her own. And that's a power of Lador Vador from generation to generation, ensuring that Torah can be carried on, because the young people are gaining even that extra skill to carry it forward. Today we will be honoring a number of family members with an Aliyah LeTorah to physically come up here on the bima, but more importantly to become close to and be able to bless Torah. I have Torah sheets with the Hebrew and transliteration. I'll give them to you when you come. You'll come up and stand over on that side.
Yes, for our first Aliyah, we call up cousins David, Michelle, Arthur, and Dion. Please come up. Yamdu Harishon.
Baruch Adonai Havarach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Havarach Leolam Vaed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayedaber Adonai el Moshe Lemor. Daber el bnei Israel. V'chuli truma me'et kol ish asher yidvenu lidbo. Tihu et trumati. V'zot ha-truma asher tihu meitam zahav v'hasef unhoshet.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. You can give us a hand. How good.
For our second Aliyah, we call up aunts and uncles, Alyssa, Hal, Greg, Dana, and Stacy, and also cousins, Kaylee and Grandpa Neil, Grandma Arlene, and Brother Ben. Yamdu Hasheni.
Here's the sheet.
Give the blessing sheets for everybody. Anyone need them? Anything else? Okay, give me just 1 second. Here it is. And Techelet. Okay, so that's.
I got it.
Okay. Ready? Here's the blessing sheets. 1, 2, 3.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato.
Amen. Urchelet ve'argaman ve'tolat shani ve'shesh ve'izim ve'orot elim me'adamim ve'orot tehashim va'atse shitim shemen lamaor Besamim l'shemen hamishcha v'liktoret hasamim.
Turn over with me to 1, 2, 3. Thank you, everybody. Take a hug and a kiss for a second. I'll give her a hug and a kiss or a handshake or whatever. and get out of here.
For our third aliyah, we call up mom and dad. Yamdu hashlishi Devora bat David umalka v'Zalman ben Naphtali ve'ima. Mom and dad, come on up.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Avnei Shoham ve'avnei Miluim la'ephod ve'lachoshen ve'asuli mikdash ve'shachanti b'tocham kechol asher ani mar'eh otcha Eight tavnid hamishkan ve'eight tavnid kol kelav ve'chein ta'asu.
Somewhere.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet b'kayei olam nata b'tokenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
For our final aliyah, we call up the bat mitzvah. Tamud havrevi'i havachura habat mitzvah hamavtir Leah adira bat Zalman udevora Chizki chizki v'nitchazek.
Baruchu et Adonai hamvarach. Baruch Adonai hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Dress
Ve'asu Aron atzei shitim amatayim v'chetzi orko ve'ama v'chetzi ruchbo ve'ama v'chetzi komato v'tzipita oto zahav tahor mi bayit u'michutz Titzapenu ve'atzita alav Zer zahav saviv ve'yatzakta lo Arbata be'ot zahav ve'natata al arba pa'amotav Ushtei tabaot Al ta'o ha'ehad, ushtei tabaot, al ta'o ha'shenit. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam Asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Yasher koach. Step back, take us out. To help us dress the Torah, we call up cousin Jake and brother Ben. We rise now as we dress the Torah.
Zot HaTorah asher Moshe lebnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Eitz Chaim hi lemachazikim bo v'tzomah mehusha v'dacheh darchenu v'chol netivoteh shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Kadesh Kadesh Ameinu Kadesh Ameinu Kekedem.
Stand right here. And come on over here. The mom will pick you up. Okay, to her. She might go this way.
Wow, Alexa, you did such an amazing job today, and I couldn't be more proud of you. It really showed how hard you worked preparing for this very special day. It wasn't an easy road to get here, and COVID has thrown even more challenges at you, but you persevered and maintained a positive attitude and shined through. Alexa, you are truly kind, intelligent, generous, and caring person. Your sense of humor, love of music, and joyful energy that you bring to our home is something I cherish each day. You have a beautiful voice, and it really was so nice listening to you practicing for your bat mitzvah and other top 40 hits, often including dance routines. You have a gift for music and are a natural athlete with your flute and volleyball, and I'm certain you can do whatever it is you put your mind to. You have shown dedication and commitment and have worked so hard in such difficult time to learn your Torah portion and all the other songs and prayers that you performed so well today. You are growing into such an amazing young woman, and you should be so proud of yourself. Your work with the dog rescue organization for your Mitzvah project, making all those trips to LAX, helping these poor animals, was so wonderful to see. I know you have compassion for the less fortunate in this world, people and animals, and I'm sure you will continue to make positive impacts to those around you. Life is all about making choices and sacrifices, and I really think you learned a lot from this experience. And we have seen you grow into a more responsible, thoughtful, and appreciative person. We are so glad you decided to continue our family's Jewish tradition and committing to become a bat mitzvah. We hope that you can carry on these important traditions when you have a family of your own. I couldn't be prouder of all that you have accomplished through your hard work and natural abilities. Thank you for making my life so full of joy and love. Please keep it up and continue to appreciate the blessed life you have and to make the most of it. Today we celebrate your achievements. Mazel tov, Alexa. I love you so much.
I might need one for this. We're prepared. I'm going to try to get through this one without crying. It is said that we do not remember days, we remember moments. See, I can't even do it already. This was one of those moments when you stood on the bima and followed, I'm crying too, followed Jewish tradition and became a bat mitzvah. Alexa, you have worked so hard, and it shows. Okay, you're killing me. I gotta get through this. Your dedication, self-confidence, and beauty shined on all of us this afternoon. Congratulations on reaching this incredible milestone. 13 years ago, on January 13th, you came into this world in such a way none of us could have predicted. As I watched you sleep for 10 days in the neonatal ICU, it was clear that I was on the precipice of loving you in a completely new and unknown way. I promised that I would protect you at all costs and be there for you every step of your journey. I knew you had gifts to give this world, and I could not wait to see what they would be. I wanted to ensure that the world would be kind to you, that you would never feel pain or sadness or fear, but deep down I knew that that's a part of life, and indeed feeling these feelings, and we need to feel these feelings, and that's what shapes our character. In fact, the very things that challenge us make us who we are. But I still felt that I wanted to keep you safe and happy, so if I still hold on a little too tight at times, please go easy on me. It's purely out of love. I will do my best to watch and cheer from the sidelines, but I may need a reminder every once in a while. Now you're making me cry. Over the past year, you've studied for your bat mitzvah, and I've watched you grow in so many ways. Your dry sense of humor and quick wit continue to amaze me, and not only do we share the same shoe size now, but we're almost the same height, which for some reason makes you think it's okay to shop in my closet. All joking aside, you've developed a stronger sense of self and have learned to persevere and work hard to overcome roadblocks and disappointments, and most recently, you have handled quarantine and independent study with grace. As your journey into womanhood begins, you know that you'll be faced with both good days and bad days, but each day, you get to make the choice and how you're going to show up for it. When I'm not there to remind you, I want you to believe in yourself. Remember to have fun, play hard, play smart, play fair, which includes board games with the family. Did you cheat last night? And to always be kind. Alexa, some amazing women and a few good men have rallied around us to help get you here today. This is your village. Thank you to those who helped us without conditions, who've listened without judgment, understood with empathy, and were fiercely committed to making today memorable. They have shown us both what it means to be loyal, helpful, clever, caring, empathetic, resourceful, honest, supportive, thoughtful, and brilliant. I hope you look to them as role models, as they have shown us what it means to be a true friend. What is most noteworthy, Alexa, is that I see all of these characteristics blossoming in you, and know these traits will help you succeed on whatever path you take or whatever road you travel. I believe there's always a reason why we meet people, that they show up to influence our lives, or we are the ones meant to influence theirs. All the people who have shown up today are meant to be in your life, and I hope that you cherish them all. Another way I've watched you grow is as a friend. I'm thrilled to see that you've discovered what's important in friendships and have surrounded yourself with kind, bright, funny, and talented kids. I encourage you to hold on to these amazing friendships. Someone once told me, when you see something beautiful in someone, tell them. It may only take a second, but for them, it could last a lifetime. I hope you do this with all the people in your life, and remember to show your appreciation. It's the little things that can make a difference, and I hope you realize that you have the power to make the difference in other people's lives. And I encourage you to do that, please. The world needs more of that. I hope you remember all the random and covert acts of kindness we have done together and how that felt. Like I told you before, be the light. Alexa, your dad and I love you with all our heart and look forward to continuing to watch you grow. We are your biggest fans and wish you a lifetime of happiness and cannot wait to see what gifts you share with the world. One of my favorite quotes is, "Daughters, hold your hand for just a little while, but hold our hearts forever." Alexa, you stopped holding my hand a while ago, but you'll always hold my heart. I'll stop.
I get to speech now. Oh, sure, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Music is a big part of my family. My brother plays the flute as well as the alto and tenor saxophone. My mom played clarinet and piano, and my dad is always listening to music and vinyls. Along with all of that, I play the flute. I'm a big fan of music because of how people make the music so beautiful. Passionate musicians put in a ton of effort and hours of practice, which is rare to your everyday musician. Music is a gift to my family and me. Why am I telling you this? Because my Torah portion talks about gifts to God, and I think music is both a gift from God and to God. My Torah portion, Truma, is in the book of Exodus or Shemot. I chanted chapters 25, verses 1 through 12. In my Torah portion, God instructs Moses to tell the Israelites to bring gifts of precious objects to create a mikdash, a sanctuary or holy space, so that God may dwell among them. While the Israelites created a sanctuary, we know that one does not need a specific place to find God. God is everywhere. I do feel most spiritual when I'm in the sanctuary. It's a place without many distractions. In it, I can open my mind and truly be able to feel closer to God. In the Torah, people are all bringing things as gifts, but I also think that good music, practiced to perfection, is also a gift. My definition of a heartfelt gift is something that takes thought and time. Rabbi Kipnis taught me that music was an important part of Jewish prayer going all the way back. While crossing through the Red Sea, Miriam, the sister of Moses, led the Israelite women in singing and dancing. In the ancient temple in Jerusalem, the Levites played musical instruments and sang as a way to elevate the spiritual experience. Music has been and is a gift to God and from God. In our sanctuary, when Cantor Doug Kotler or our song leader Andrew Fromer play music, it shifts my reality into a holier space. Music transitions me into feeling the lyrics, instead of just speaking them intellectually. In the Bible, we are taught to sing a new song unto God. Rabbi Paul explains that this is a way of praising God and praising creation. I hope to encourage everyone here to take some time to appreciate music more. Personally, I understand how hard it is to learn an instrument. When we hear certain songs, we may not realize the effort being put into it. The littlest details can transform someone into their ideal reality. I often choose what to listen to depending on my mood. Certain songs can reflect emotions we are unable to describe. Music is a gift to us. We just need to decide what to do with it or how we incorporate it into all of our lives. Rabbi Paul asked me what I believe about in God. I believe it is likely that there is someone or something behind everything, but it feels strange that we humans worship one God or many in different ways. I wanted to become a bat mitzvah because all of my family before me has done so. Like my mom, I wanted to follow the tradition of our family, along with connecting to my Jewish roots. I am becoming one with Judaism. I am taking the first steps on a path to becoming an adult in Judaism. I have looked forward to sharing this special day with my family and friends. I was both fascinated and nervous about reading from the Torah, yet I wanted to have the opportunity to read from the Torah because of how much of an honor it is to do so. Now that I am a bat mitzvah, I am able to wear a talit, read from the Torah, lead the prayers, be called up for an aliyah, and be counted in a minyan, the 10 Jews needed for a prayer service. For my mitzvah project, I partnered with Rover's Retreat, an organization for dog adoption. We went to the airport 4 to 5 times to help out with dogs coming from Turkey, to help them find their forever homes. After the airport, we brought back dogs to one of the organizers' houses and bathed them. Occasionally after, we would drop off the dogs at their foster homes until their new owners claimed them. My family and I adopted both of our dogs, Buddy and Bear, from Rover's Retreat, and Bear actually came from Turkey just like the ones we rescued. This was important to me because I cared deeply from not only my dog from Turkey, but I wanted all dogs without homes from Turkey or from anywhere to have a good forever home. Judaism teaches that we are Shomrei Adamah, guardians of the earth. That means we are responsible for caring for all of God's creations, including the animals. You are all gifts to me, sharing your love and support. I want to thank a very few special people. Mom, thank you for always being there for me. You always help me no matter what. I know if I'm facing any problem or issue, you are someone I can turn to, and you will understand and help me through. There are few people who care for me as much as you do and understand me as well. I love you and appreciate everything you do. Dad, aside from making decent at best jokes, you're an understanding and loving parent. I love how you always help me with anything from math to personal dilemmas. You and Mom both made me the person I am today. Thank you for always being there. I love you so much. Ben, I love everything you do for me. You're always very helpful, and though I might not say it a lot, you're an amazing brother and I love you. Thank you for always being there to understand things that nobody else can. Having a mole. Grandma Arlene and Grandpa Neil. I love when we visit each other, and I wish it could happen more often. I love hanging out at your pool, the original Club Navins. You are loving and kind, and Grandma, you are a great cook. I appreciate all the generous actions you do, and I love you both. Grandma Maxine and Grandpa David. Though you are unable to attend in person, I am grateful for all you do. You're both fun to be with and always care for me. I love playing board games with you and learning magic from Grandpa. Your stories are always quite entertaining. I love you both. Personally, I love being part of Congregation Orami because it is a supportive community. I find that everyone here is understanding and easy to talk to. Along with that, I cherish the friendships I made here, and I am still close to a number of them. Orami is an amazing Jewish community because we give back to less fortunate people as well. Learning Hebrew and Jewish culture is always fun with the amazing teachers who really engage us. I also want to thank my bat mitzvah teacher, Diane Townsend, for being a patient bat mitzvah teacher who always finds a way to help. All that I led in this service today is thanks to you, and I really appreciate how you teach. Cantor Doug Cutler, thank you for playing so beautifully throughout the whole service. Your music is also a gift because you play it so thoughtfully and it lifts us up. And thank you for your help with the preparation for today. I would like to thank Rabbi Paul Kipnis for guiding me with my Devar Torah and helping me understand my Torah portion. Along with that, I would like to thank you for giving me a greater understanding of Judaism and for making this service today so special. Finally, I want to thank all of you here that are in person or online for supporting my journey and growth as a Jew. In addition, I would like to thank you for all your warmth and kindness, and I appreciate every single one of you. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov. Simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov. Simen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simen tov. Yelanu, 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 ulechol Yisrael. Yelanu, yelanu, ulechol Yisrael.
Wow,
Wow.
wow, wow.
Wow.
Beautiful. How do you feel?
Better.
Yeah. Me too. It was beautiful. You chanted so well. You led the service so beautifully.
Rabbi, nothing went out on the live stream. We're going to have to start all over. we have to do the whole bat mitzvah again.
I hope he's.
I'm kidding.
Okay, good. Wouldn't that be funny though?
No,
Please
that would
turn
not
to
be
page
fun.
1 and rise. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You did it so beautifully. You just lifted us up. It is not easy to be up here on your own, not to see smiling faces. You can see it in their eyes when they're not crying. But it's a different experience. And yet, Diane is beaming your teacher through the live stream, all your family and friends at a distance. Those who are here were felling with you. We're so proud of you. In a moment, I'm going to take this wonderful young woman before the ark to share some private words of blessing with her. While I'm doing so, I want you to imagine that you are standing in my shoes. What words of praise, of blessing would you share with Alexa? For those of you who are on the live stream, take a moment while I'm up there blessing her to blow up, as they say, the chat with words of praise, of blessing. We'll make sure the family sees it later on. And for those of you who are here, think about what you'd say. I know that later on, today or this weekend, you'll each find a moment to pull her and her parents aside to share those words of blessing and praise. So for now, let's sit back, listen to the beautiful music, and think words of blessing.
We are gifts, we are blessings, we are history in song. We are hope, we are healing, we are learning to be strong. We are words, we are stories, we are pictures of the past. We are carriers of wisdom, not the first and not the last. Ador vador nagid god lecha. Ador vador, we protect this chain from generation to generation. Ador vador, these lips will praise your name. Looking back on the journey that we carry in our heart, from the shadow of the mountain to the waters that would part. We are blessed, we are holy, we are children of your way, and the words that bring us meaning, we will have the strength to say. Ador vador nagid god lecha. Ador vador, we protect this chain from generation to generation. Ador vador, these lips will praise your name. Page 294.
It's 294. First of all, I gotta say, it is so great to have people back here in the sanctuary.
Indeed.
When Omicron first started and we had no idea what it really was going to be about, we sort of shut everything down, kept a couple of bar and bat mitzvahs, but did everything from a distance. And thankfully, well, I know many people here perhaps had COVID or know people who did, and there are still people dying. COVID is the number one killer of people in the United States today. I'm glad that we are all here and we are all making it through.
Yep.
And I encourage everybody to stay safe and be safe and to celebrate this moment, because this young woman, defying all the odds of the craziness out there in the world, stood up here on the bima, chanted Torah, taught us and it's about mitzvah.
Yep.
And this is awesome. And bravo to our parents, especially Mom, for getting us here.
Yep.
We're going to take this moment. We're going to take this moment and lift it up one more way as we remember those who came before us. At this moment, we remember those whose lives have been gone from this earth, who've died and gone on to whatever's next, but on whose shoulders we stand, whose love warms us and can inspire us. Some of you here may be remembering your loved ones during this time of Kaddish. As I bring my hand around the room, I invite you to mention their names and relationship to you aloud, like my Uncle Fred, my friend Sophie. So this evening, we remember.
Father Sam.
My cousin Emily.
Uncle Sam.
My Uncle Bob.
My father Sam as well.
Mhm.
Uncle Sam.
Yeah, my Uncle Sam. Barbara and Jerry Kirsch.
May their memories be for blessing. As we turn in our prayer books, page 294 in the prayer book, and
Page 8 at home.
we rise together as we say. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah ve'alma divrach chirutei v'yom chutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael v'agalav v'zman kariv v'yivru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'le'olam Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramad v'yitnaseh V'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'alal shmei d'kudusha b'richu Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata Tushbachata v'nechamata Damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shloma rabba min shemaya V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'romav Hui haseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who brings peace to the high heavens bring peace to us, to all Israel and all the world, as we say together. Amen.
Please remain standing and put your prayer books on the seat behind you.
There are three symbols with which we end the Sabbath. Sweet wine or grape juice, a reminder of the sweetness of this day of Shabbat, the sweetness that we can find in life as we count our blessings. Sweet spices grown on God's earth. You know, on Shabbat, traditionally we don't act on the earth, do anything to the earth, but we just step back and enjoy it, and maybe in the week to come, we'll spend a little more time taking more care of the earth. And finally, a multi-wick candle. Each of these flames comes together to form one flame of light and warmth. Just like each of you coming from different parts of Alexa's life, we create one community. May the light shine and grow and enable us to go out in the world and create more light and goodness and kindness. The prayers are easy, lie, lie, lies, and then I'll give you the Hebrew. So let's sing together. Baruch atah. Melech haolam. Borei pri hagafen. Spices, Baruch atah. Adonai Eloheinu. Melech haolam. Borei minei v'samim. kodesh l'chol.
המבדיל בין קודש לחול. המבדיל בין קודש לחול.
Eliyahu hanavi.
אליהו הנביא.
Eliyahu hatishbi.
אליהו התשבי.
Eliyahu.
אליהו
Eliyahu hagiladi.
אליהו הגלעדי.
Bimhera v'yameinu.
במהרה ויאמנו.
Yavo eneinu.
יבוא אלינו.
Mashiach ben David.
עם משיח בן דוד.
Mashiach ben David.
עם משיח בן דוד.
Eliyahu hanavi.
אליהו.
Elijah the prophet is the wise one who is said to come to announce the coming of Messiah, the one who will end war and violence and famine and poverty and more. But we Jews don't wait for a Messiah to come. We go out into the world and change the world so when the Messiah gets here, the world will already be in a place it should be. And then it truly will be a Shavua Tov.
שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב. A good week, a week of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase.
Shavua Tov, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for those who are live streaming in to be with us. We're Congregation Orami. We're here whenever COVID allows it. Hopefully more and more will be back in the sanctuary in the weeks and months to come. Join us online, oramilive.com. Come be with us for the high holidays. Welcome back, Cantor Doug. Had a little hip surgery,
Yep.
but planned it so you could be here today.
Wouldn't have missed it.
And you look great.
Thank you.
Mazel tov to you. Is there a bus for kids outside? There's a bus for young people outside, teenagers or whatever. Make sure you get on that bus.
Wheels of the bus. Don't forget to get on the bus, because if you don't, you'll be coming home with me and I'm having Brussels sprouts. Where are people going, Rabbi?
We're going to do that after I close the
Okay, good.
live control
Very
service. So thank you all for being here. You can leave your prayer books on the chair.